Welcome back. Next day here, working on the 72 Chevelle. Still fighting that header. I'm fighting that header for hours. It doesn't make sense. I had to do a little bit of clearancing with the FH. Yeah, I'm guilty. Meanwhile, I got it in, it's not bolted in, so I have to put this dipstick tube back in. And there's always a little issue down where it goes into the oil pan, and it's got a little stopper here, but there's no real O-ring on this. So what I do is I take an old, well, a new, pliable umbrella seal out of a gasket kit, a headset, and I make it just so it fits over top of this kit, over top of this tube. And after you drive it down and put the screw in, you just slide this down over top of that, and it'll hold, keep the dirt, keep the water out. Just a little FYI, DYI. Yeah, DYI, yeah. So we're gonna put this in and bolt down this header the rest of the way. There we go. Playing in the dark again, I'm gonna need my headlight. This blind old bat can't see anything. Alright, so when I put it in the air, I'll slide that tube back down. So, alright, there she is. One header, one dipstick tube. Just need to do some touching up with some paint in here. Now it's off to the fun side. The fun side. Probably gonna have to jack this up, remove a couple of string items. We'll fight this tonight. Hopefully we don't fight it as much as that side, but what are you gonna do? Something you do. Supposed to, yeah, it is annoying sometimes, but you know what? Well worth it. Well worth the aggravation sometimes. Alright, so now the fun begins. Gonna undo this. Oops. Gonna undo this rag joint from the steering box. It's 7/16 12 point. Fine thread, of course. And it's it locates the spline and keeps it from coming apart. Kind of like a key way that's threaded. This has been apart before, so it's not too bad to get off. So, and there she is. All right, so now we have to slide this back. I'm gonna have to get a pry bar. So what you do is just carefully, without damaging the seal on the pump, you're gonna slide this back. Now there's another bolt up in here that connects this to the steering column. Sometimes that's splined onto the steering column. Sometimes it's easier just to leave this down and slide that down. We'll see what this one wants to do. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing here. I'm trying to remember what I did on my Chevelle when I did my headers. I'm going to have to go over and look at that. Alright, so up at the other end of the steering column for this intermediate rod, there is a 11/16 nut with it's like a carriage head on the bottom. And then there's a bigger spline on that. You're going to take that bolt nut off and then drop that bolt out of there. Unfortunately, these valve covers are too tall for this setup, and it's a little bit tight in here. Alright, let's see what we got here. Can we push this thing through? Yes. Yes. And there we go. It's got a hex end on it. Actually, this hasn't been apart because I would have cleaned that. So that end was not apart. I know the steering box was, so. Now we're going to go up here and we're going to pry this down. This should disconnect from the column if we're lucky. Maybe not. Shoot. Worst comes to worst, you have to loosen the column or the steering box up and slide it down. I don't remember which one I did. I think I did the column. It should come apart though. Remember this thing coming apart. But there's so much goo on here. It should come off. I might have to go get some penetrating oil. Alright, so now my mind says slipped me up as you get older, as I get older. Mine's a terrible thing to waste. Yes, you do have to drop the column down. One piece of plastic, couple of screws. There's 2 3/8 16 nuts each side of the column. Drop them down. Steering column comes down, flips up here. This arm comes off. So, yes, you do have to drop the column. Yes, it is a pain in the ass. Luckily, this doesn't have a shifter on the column like a 3-speed and automatic, which I don't think it's going to matter. You always just pull the pins. So now I got to get this intermediate shaft out of the way or off and get that header up in here. And I'm going to pull all these plugs out first before I go breaking them off. All right, I'm going to try, see if I can get this thing up here without removing the oil filter, but I doubt that's going to happen. Wait, oh, look at that. Damn. Okay. Well, that's going to need a brake line right there, possibly. It's been repaired once. All right, so hopefully this side doesn't plague me like the last one. So we got that there hanging. And we'll drop this back down. Maggie, you're going to have to get out of the way. Car's coming down. All right, let's see if we can get these bolt holes to line up. Yeah, it's always fun. You know. Right. Let's see. These header tubes are a little bit smaller than the ones I got in my car. But now, what is going on here? This is going to be interesting. It's close. Just need an extra arm here. Would be nice. No. Yeah. Success, I think. No, maybe not. Go. Cheese and crackers. It's in there crooked. Why? All right, well, header's in, tightened up. That thing kicked my ass. The aftermarket head bolts on the bottom, shorties, hit the bottom of the flange. So I had to grind the bottom of the flange. Then it still wouldn't go. Grind it again, put it back up, trial and error, trial and finally, it's good. We got it. Now we can start bolting on the other stuff, all the little accessories. There's a ton to do. All right. I think I'm done. Those headers kicked my arse today, and I am fried. I think it's time to maybe bolt a few things on. You know what? I think I'm gonna call it a night. Yeah. Tomorrow's a whole nother day, a whole nother Saturday, and a Sunday. So until then, I guess tomorrow morning, bright and early, be out here, get some of these accessories on, maybe get the radiator in. I don't know, all these little accessories. Well, yeah. Tomorrow sounds like a better day. Put off today what you can do tomorrow. Quote of the day. Oh, good morning. Welcome back to Anything Goes Garage. Bright and early this morning, me and Maggie out here in the shop, straightening up some stuff, getting a fire started in the wood stove, get it warm in here. It's like 40. Yeah. That big bright thing's out there, but it's too cold to open the doors. So we're gonna work today and continue on bolting on the accessories of the 72 Chevelle. Maybe we may just fire it off, just to see. But we've got a radiator to put in, a gas tank, and a fan, and a shroud, and I got a battery, but I'm gonna have to buy a new one. Got a few other things, hooked the steering column up. It's all finishing stuff we gotta do. So, oh, we got heater hoses. I gotta go out and get big hoses too. Ooh. Okay, so I guess we're running to the parts store too. So, all right, let's get started on this thing. As soon as I can finish cleaning up around here, can't find half my tools. They seem to be MIA, right, Mag? You just use them and put them someplace. Yep, my dad used to yell at me about that. You need to clean up your tools. Put your tools back. Yeah, I wish I could hear his voice right now. God rest his soul. Love him to death. All right, well, yep, back to work. All right, so we're going to start today off with a power steering pump on the block. Get this thing bolted on. Got some bolts here. Let's see what kind of how many arms I'm going to need to do this. Should be okay. Yeah. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? There it is. Oh boy. Why is this thing not bolting in? Ah, there it goes. Yeah. one started. Now we just need to get the other one started. Come on. I think I should have got a shorter one. Let me find a shorter bolt. Ooh, this is gonna be a fun one. I'm gonna have to take this line off to do this. Unless I make my hand smaller. Then again, I might be able to do that from underneath. Which I think I'm gonna do. Let's run these bolts down, get them closer to the block, so we're not fighting this thing so much. Okay. Come on now. Okay. Alright. Oh, no, maybe a little more. These gotta be a special length because if they're too long, they bottom out in the block. There we go. Now we just gotta get that one from underneath, and that's golden. Alright, power steering pumps in. I'm gonna put this thing up in the air, get that bottom bolt there, and let's see. The alignment looks, oh, there you go. That's why it's off. The alignment looks pretty good once it's in there. I should probably put the motor mount bolts together while I'm under there and tighten those up, and anything underneath that I need to do while it's up. Alright, power steering mounts are tight. It's ready for a belt. Let's get this these engine mounts bolted up. Sorry to blind you with that thing, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do to get to see what you're seeing. Alright. Motor mount bolts. I have to get on the back side of this dang thing. Alright, one down and one to go. And get up in here, I might have to get a swivel for this. I don't know. Ah, yeah. I'm gonna have to get a swivel. It's on an angle, the header's in the way. Power steering's in the way. I don't know what's going on here. Just don't seem to want to cooperate. I got it tightened down a little bit. Do I have the wrong socket on it? Can't seem to get this dang thing in here. I hate headers. Finally. Alright, here comes the fun part. Holding up the rod, even though there was grease in it, but the grease is gone now, it's been run. I mean, I could take this plug out of the bottom. Oh, what? There's still gasoline in this pump and it's running down my arm. Ha ha ha. Alright, now I know this came out of here. Come on. There she goes. Now, alright, we're gonna have to obviously take this off. So I'm gonna redo that one. The fuel making happener in. This has gotta drip down my arm. It only holds 13.2 quarts of gasoline inside, and it seemed like I had the thing upside down for an hour. The fun part is the bolt fell out of the other side, and I'm afraid to let go of this because if the rod falls back down in there, I gotta take it back off again. Yep. I think there's like 13 gallons of fuel in this thing. I had this thing upside down and it's still draining out like it's hooked up to the tank, but it's not. And then I drop the bolts. Do 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 do. How about I just do that? A dur. So now I gotta contortion myself, which I don't think this is gonna work. I kind of need to switch hands here. Yeah, this isn't working either. My big fat hand and my wrist don't bend like it used to. So I'm gonna switch. Oh, ran right down both my wrists. Can't reach from here, can't reach from there. Ah, heck. I can't let go of this thing because it's going to do what it's going to do. Yep, just like that. All right, after 13.2 gallons fall out of that little pump like it was hooked up to the tank, just as I finished, it stopped draining. So, all right, we're bolted up. I'm not going to, actually, I'm going to blow these lines out first because, well, I'm going to change these lines because the mud daubers could have gotten there. There's probably rust, and especially if I'm going to change the tank and I start upsetting stuff. I'm going to inspect all the fuel lines that are along the frame. If they're bad, I'm just going to replace them. So, let's see, what are we moving on to? The line going to the carburetor. Okay. All right, I'm gonna start running some heater hoses here, as this is a street car. This car didn't have AC, but I guess they never checked off the box, which is fine. It's got a brand new heater core, so we're good. And then we'll route these. Let me get you over here. We'll route these because there was a original clamp went right here in this hole, and then these would go right there like so and route around. Now I think this fuel line is going to be in the way a little bit, but I think we'll be okay. All right, our hoses like that. We'll go there, and there's a clamp that goes right here from the factory, which I do have. I'm going to cut these a little on the long side so there's room to move. Guess I'll cut that back here. Make it a little long. We can always do it later. All right. Okay, there you go. Hose is roughed in. I got to find that clamp, and I got to get the hose clamps, tighten those up. I have to do a couple orders over to Classic Chevy, I guess, or Eckler's, and get some parts. Got a harness coming for underneath the hood. So if we fire this thing off today or tomorrow, I'm just gonna run a hot wire to the coil, and we'll see. My buddy's coming over today. We're probably gonna do some work on this thing, hook up the exhaust, maybe put the tank in. I guess if he could give me a little hand today, kind of accomplish a little more than what I planned on doing, so that'll be good. All right, we picked up this new radiator from Champion Radiator for the Chevelle. Nice polished tanks, nice welds, good construction. I've been using these things for years. I love these radiators. They're cheap, very, very affordable. I love them, and they give you just enough cores. Never had an overheating problem with them at all. Ugh. I think I stepped on my tongue or something. Yeah, so we're gonna get this thing in here and get it plumbed up. These fit nicely into those factory mounts. So, yeah, ain't that pretty? Beautiful, polished and everything. All right, let me find the shroud. I don't know if I got a shroud for this or not. I know we have the cover to hold it. Let me dig around in the trunk. All right. The radiator holds down. One, oop. Yeah, where are you? There you are. Put some nice stainless hardware on here, make it look pretty. Just broke the bank doing that. Oh boy. Short one. Some short one washer. I'll have to go back and look for one. I dropped it somewhere. Alright. We've got all our washers. Gonna have to get a shroud in this thing. To order one so it runs a little cooler. they sell these in chrome too, or natural color, black, whatever. So there you go. We're good. Now we just gotta get some plumbing on this thing. I don't like that. Was it up this high before? I remember these things being up this high before, but they may shorten that up a little bit. Get this hump out of here. I think this was supposed to be shortened up. Alright, so we got our new fuel tank from Tanks Inc. and the sending unit to go with it, the seals, the lock ring, everything. I might have to plug up a few of these evap holes, I think they call them, for the which this thing no longer has. There's also a return line on this. We may reuse the return line. I'll have to see if I should or not. But no, it's a good tank, good quality, and they're cheap. Tanks Inc. I believe they're out of California. But yeah, I've been using them just like Champion. Very good product. Got a lot of tanks for a lot of different applications, and that's what I like about it. All right, so here's the original fuel tank that's in this thing. I don't know what's in it, but we're gonna put a new one in, so I have no issues. It's gonna be clean. This is an old Transdap 12 bolt covers. It's got a, I believe, a 330 something posi rear. I forget. I think 331s or something. I don't know. It was something gas miser. What do you call it? Thing's got old school ladder bars on it, which rides like crap because I had a set. It's got air shocks on it and a leaky pinion. It's not loose, I can tell. But we're gonna get this out. This has the evap. I don't know if you can see all them lines with all the recirculating crap. I may do away with that, or at least replace those rubber hoses up there and hook everything back up the way it should be. I don't know. But otherwise, the car's got really good bones to it. Fuel lines and brake lines look good. Got one spot here actually that needs right at the seam. It usually does that. That floor's good. This thing's all undercoated. It's got a partial drive shaft loop, not a full one. Somebody couldn't fit the rest. It's got box control arms, but these ladder bars, I would get rid of these. They just make it ride like garbage. And they have, that's old school stuff that really didn't work. I don't know. So let me get this tank out. Oh wow. Wait. Oh yeah. I hope this thing ain't gonna break. Sprayed it up with a baby blaster. I think I need to spray it a little more. Woo! There's a lot of threads up there. Where's my blaster at? All right, tank's out. Still some fuel in it. It's even got live critters in it. So we're gonna clean up the bottom of this trunk floor. It's a very nice car. Very clean, just a little bit of flakage. Not bad at all. Gonna try to get this tank in here. Cut all the old lines. We're gonna redo all these vapor recovery lines, or plug some of this stuff we don't use. So this is still good, but we couldn't, I don't know, a driver. I don't know. I'll just empty it out, see what it looks like on the inside, and for now, we'll just put it away. So, yeah. Let me get some scraping and painting done. One new gas tank going in. Let's see what a good snag going next. Huh. Using your head. Whew. All right. Awesome. All right, now gonna hook up all my lines, my ground, and whatever else before I go too far up there with it and strap it down. bolt it in. Now I just got to do the plumbing. Look at that. Fits like a glove. Yep. Brand new tank. Can't beat that. Everything's off the frame. Yep. Looking good. Looking good. All right. Fuel tank's in. All the lines are hooked up. There's the old bugger right there. And next we are going to put on the collector gaskets. Bolt all that together. And my buddy Mark was here. He finished up the, I don't know if you could see it, the Z-bars in, the return springs on, the ball mounts on. We got a couple things done today. The radiator, of course, the fan, I gotta do the belts. I'm gonna try to put the starter in. I have this new mini starter. We're gonna put that in. All right, we picked up this new starter from Power Master. I've used these a lot in the race cars. Never have a problem. Buy it once. Spend it once. Spend it, well, whatever the hell it is. Spend a good, don't buy the cheap imitation junk. Power Masters, never had an issue with them. Never. All the cars I got has a Power Master and never had an issue. Cheap ones, that Bendix drive back here goes bad a lot of times. It just, it won't kick out, it'll just spin. And those Bendix, the drive clutches on here are not cheap. You can buy them aftermarket, but they are junk. So let's go put this thing in. All right, in goes Power Master starter. Hopefully I don't take this thing apart and clock it. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you, don't. All right, so we got to figure out which set of bolt holes we're going to use here. I'm going to say, I think this actually fits a bunch of different models. I'm not digging that. Well, I can't really see. I need more light. Let me see what I can do here. Now, I'm not going to put any shims in yet, because this one you can't check the lash because it's a closed bell housing. I think it's supposed to be like 90 thousandths. Well, unfortunately, you can't check it. The only way you're going to check it, turn the key. It either sounds good or it doesn't. So for now, we're going to go shimless and see what happens here. There we go. All right. There you go. One Power Master starter. Just got to wire it. Well, we're waiting on that harness. He just ordered it today. So I think we did pretty good this weekend. And it's only Saturday night. Been out here all day. That tank kicked my butt. The headers kicked, well, the rest of the exhaust kicked my butt last night. And there is that little, we were talking about that. That one I might have to glue a little. That keeps the trash out of there. I think I'm gonna put a little silicone in there. Just glue it. I made it a little too loose on the tube. It's just a umbrella seal. And I think I made it too loose on the tube, so I could just silicone that up a little bit. It just keeps the water out of that because it's not a really good seal into the pan. Not like this thing's going swimming any day soon. So I'm gonna put these collectors on, and I think that's gonna be, might call it a night. Oh, really? These are some old Mr. Gasket header gasket collectors. 3.5s. They are old. Some old stock. Alright. Give me some more bolts. Oh boy. Use a tight one. All right, so I'm going to end this right here. I got a few things to do. I'm still waiting for that stupid wiring harness. So until then, I got these little things to button up, and hopefully next time you see this, we'll have it running and driving, and we'll take you on along for a ride for that. Meanwhile, I put the engine back in the 66. The stock oil pans on it, right, Maggie? Yeah. Just stock oil pans on it, and it's ready to rock and roll. And the transmission is done as of today. I'll pick it up next week, and we'll put that in after the engine's in. So, yeah. So, all right. What do you think? Huh? You think this is good? Yeah. You like that? Probably don't care. You just worry about that right there. So anyway, hey, like and subscribe. Leave a comment, whatever. Let me know what you want to see, or what kind of projects you want me to look into. I looked into that Nova over by my job, and that we thought was sitting for 20 plus years. No, they drive that thing every year, every summer. So it's not neglected. It's in good shape. And yeah, so they're good. But I need to find some projects. Everything's too cold and yucky out, and I don't know. Snow, rain, snow, rain. Today's actually a nice day, if you can't tell. So, all right, well, we're gonna call it from here. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.